Yesterday I was really discouraged of a lot of stuff, and one particular thing was the fact that I thought there was already like a small task that I have to do in order to build a startup, but turns out it's actually a big thing. So, considering I actually also have work, a full-time job, that will be my allocated time. I have no control of it. I can only make it more efficient than before, and also make it more efficient, more less context switching than before as well. So now we are planning this TR thing, right? Alright, so we just do it as we go. First of all, technology robot, the end goal is actually to make an agent in physical world. Basically, you have a robot that can do stuff, that can act in physical world. And the problem, right now we have AI, we have sort of like the brain of it. However, it doesn't have actual connection with real action, because real action has to be concrete and real action has to be correct too. The chance of it creating error has to be as low as possible. So we put this like here, and then now we're talking about Aisha. Aisha is basically a desktop agent, right? So it will act within your desktop environment. So in that sense, we have two things here. First, we gotta be able to search, because this search will allow you to search for specific files that you want. Alright, and then after that you can act accordingly. So based on the text files, based on the files that you have, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to create new file based on it? Do you want to create whatever you want with it, right? So, yeah. So that's exactly it. We've got the search and we've got the agent. Let's separate those two things into two. First, now let's talk about search. How to make the best search possible. So now let's say we have text files, and this text files is basically just a file. We've got let's say example of. Alright, this is better. Example of txt file. So you've got a lot of this, and then scramble, that, scramble, etc. Right? So you have that in your hand. Alright, so how am I going to search this? Let's think it that way, right? Alright, let's see. If I like make something line per line, that's probably good enough. What the heck is happening? Line per line, so we gotta make it as small as possible, because then it can find variety of context. But sometimes, like the title here can have influence on the text here. So if we just literally have relevancy just on that text, that's probably not enough context. Sometimes you want to have context from even one or two before, and this is just for as the result of it. So eventually you still have to create some sort of a tree. Create some sort of a tree, and this tree is like hierarchical tree. You can go like this. So this is just 1, 2, and then this will go like 3, etc. So again and again and again. So if we have, let's say, oh, we found, and this have embedding, and this has embedding as well. So logically speaking, if we have embedding here, now we can play around with it too. So let's say now we have embedding here, then we can take what is the parent of it, for example. Or we have embedding here, now we say what is the parent of it, which is this one, or like the child of it too. But most probably you want to have you don't want to have the details, instead you want actually to go to the parents. Now for the text file, this will be a little bit tricky. Now we're talking about the best search agent. We can talk a little bit later. It's trickier to have agent here. You need like training. So this is like how we can create AI without actually training it at all. So the best search is like you give some sort of like who is the president, okay, and then you will parse the text file into, so first of all you'll have some sort of, let's say, president, and then you'll have Joe Biden, and then and then you've got, for example, Donald Trump, and it will give information of for example, oh, president, you go here, you've got, oh, this is the context about president, and you can also go a little bit down, so you can go to Donald Trump, Joe Biden, so this will create another tree, but you can also go above too. So let's say, oh, this is president, and then the category above it is human, for example. And then you can read a little bit more about human. So we've got that. Now let's say we can have like several examples of text files. Let's say you have a Wikipedia text, right? So Wikipedia is basically a structured text with categories. So now we're talking about category. How do we extract this, right? How do we class? Oh, this is clustering, right? So let's say you extract per line, so lines per lines. You can do that. You can really do that. So if the ANN algorithm, sorry, like creating some sort of link between what and that. Yeah, you like for example, if I have Donald Trump and Joe Biden, it can be like a completely different embedding. So it's separated. We cannot look at the embedding, we look at the locations of the files. So if we have a category here, so this is like structured data. So you look at the lines per lines, and then you see sort of like annotations, sort of like hashtag, or line that is like, it's probably completely different. So let's look at Elon Musk just as an example. Let's see if I want to extract. No. Okay. So if I have this And on the other hand, let's see, for example, any kind of news, Reuters, for example. Okay, so you see here this so when you see here, so this is unstructured, also list of stuffs is like, but it can also made structured, but it will like have the same relevancy. So okay, so it doesn't have title, doesn't have subtitle. This one, it actually has subtitle. If we look at something like this, like an annotation, we know I want the inspector. More tools. Does mean development. Okay, so what about this one? So you can see this is H2. It gives some sort of when you see the HTML, it's already really clear. You see some sort of this, that. You know, these are the things that that means, oh, early life and indication. But probably if I want to search something, because it is eventually for the agent, if I say, oh, I want to know about his early life, then this is already pretty much fine. I want to know about his education, and I don't really need to know yeah. So this can just have like, you know, the link. So this link to here, this link to there. It can also be like that. This links to here, to here, to here. So when I'm looking for something, you don't just give the answer of one, but you answer from like the one before and also after. The problem is like from here, for example, and I wanna have the result like, oh, this is like an early life, you see, because this doesn't have anything to do with early life, that's for sure. Yeah, so that is problematic. Whereas we've got like early life and indication, you can't have three, which you can technically. Amber Heard, what the heck? Are you kidding me? You see, like when I'm reading this becomes like, oh, like a general knowledge. Whenever there is already like early life, some sort of like category like this, then it becomes like importance, some sort of after a huge gap and then a big writings, then it becomes, oh, that is important. Huge gap and then writings, importance. Huge gap and then writings, but smaller than this, importance number 2. So it can be smaller and smaller and smaller, I would say. Okay, back to here. So that is text. Code is a little bit different. So you've got a little bit of difference here based on the category that we already know. First, you've got books. First we've got Scratch, right? Scratch is easy. First we've got Scratch, so this is just text to text. So the tree looks like this. Let's see if it's actually. Then you've got book style. This is with category and let's say sections, section and chapters. If I want to know, I have to read the whole thing. And I can summarize the whole thing too. But it's so limited, like. Huh. You've got code. I think these are the three main category. And code contains that is interesting. I can let the AI learn, but that will take significant time. Like for example, like this, you can't even make AI learn. That's literally how you split it. And you can split it with AI too. That's another problem. Let's never learn. 6:30. You still have like, so this becomes like book and Scratch. So book and code is very similar. Difference is visually different. And this code is very tricky because each code is different from one another. So if you have that, a will make different than this. So dependency, but in a way it's similar to like a book. Dependency graph. Okay. Okay, text to text. The only way to know about this, like, if you have like a text, you can have like markdown, or even markdown becomes like a code too. So this book and code is basically interchangeable. The first one you can have like markdown, then you can have HTML, then you can have Python. I think this is like a really nice, suitable option, right? So this is just to search, really just to search. And okay, so we've got this, we got Scratchbook and Go. Right now it's in Python, so everything's clear. Okay, let's create more domains. How about the agents, right? I think this is pretty much fine. This, as long as I can create, and then how the results will be. I want the results to be like Google, you know. Like if I search, like, let's try because for example you've got Elon Musk was wealthy during his youth. Was Elon Musk wealthy? Let's try. Was Elon during youth? Okay. So, okay, you see, was wealthy during youth. So it gives some sort of answer like that. But that's very easy. Try something that is more different. Done concrete steps. Education 61 beyond scenario for example zip 2. Let's try this one. When did Compaq acquire zip 2? What is this? Oh boy, I don't want you. Where's the cursor? And a 1. Keyboard layout. When this is great. This is really great. I think actually Google already have some sort of AI. It's sort of like Q&A kind of AI. Interesting. So Even okay, so Google already have something like this, sort of like Q&A. Yeah. So do we really need that's the thing about factual things, it can stand alone. There's no like, that tree doesn't exist. And maybe it shouldn't exist at all. Huh. This changed my perception. Let's start from agent, shall we? I have a feeling that if we just want to have search, then, or like answering questions, then we already have enough. Like, we don't even need a dependency graph to actually, do it. Let's see if agent actually need it, because if it's not necessary, then oh my god, that is so beautiful. Let's have a example here, agent. So, an agent, for example, what is the most common action I would have? Let's try some sort of tutorial. Like make a game about something, for example. But actually runnable. Python tutorial. But even so, it's like whetting your appetite, invoking the interpreter. You can have that, but if you want to change it, using Python as a calculator. So you can have understanding, and you don't really need structure for this. Let's say I want to change something. If I want to change something, let's say from this page I want to change numbers into this. Currently AI cannot actually do this. So that is one use case. So let's say I've got numbers. Okay. Then I want to change these numbers into the words numbers into something, right? So first look for the numbers so it becomes like an agent. You're not an agent to do that. Okay. So the splitting doesn't really matter. If we separate between search and agent, then we don't really need dependency graph. because then it will first look to the file and actually see the stuffs there. So CAT, for example, like open the file, blah blah. So we can actually make this as atomic tool. It's like a tool using, and this becomes like a function. I think Dipstick already have something like that. Let's see. Default. I saw there's like Dipstick. Let's see. Hugging face. Okay, we can start here. Original model. We go here. I saw there's like function tool. What's on the function? I'm not sure. No such thing. Oh, no such thing. So it can go like, oh, first go here and then go there. You know what I mean? So if for example, now I know about, okay, numbers like this, then it means what I can do is like, oh, let's go to this file. So it's an actual agent then. Let's go to this file, look at here, right? You can also please read this content, which is like a possibility. Well, that's not really necessary, isn't it? So please look here and then have like more context. That's also possible. But let's say, oh, I wanna change the numbers in this file into this, right? So I go here, look at this specific line of code, search this numbers, for example, and then find and replace, basically. Okay. So as an agent, it works a little bit differently. You can have like some tool. So this is similar to the Minecraft stuff. I think someone's already working on something like this idea. So first, for example, read file. I don't know if this is necessary, but find word replace word. You see, easy. So this is easy. So it also can just like find word, replace word. Easy. Read file, find word, replace word. Or like go to line something to something, for example. Then you can actually replace. So that's create new file, create new file, delete file, delete file, create new file, etc. So everything that you can basically do, especially with bash. If we can sort of do it with bash, that's perfect. and then you can execute the file too. Execute or aka run shell, and then have to output something, so this always have like input action output, so you don't even need a search to do this, although search is highly recommended. Okay, I wonder if there is some OpenLLM function calling. 1848. You know what? AI in a competition that you enter like the market. I think the best is like to enter an existing market because then you can actually outwork other people. If you enter like a non-existent market, then you cannot outwork other people because you're by your own. But also, people don't know about it yet. So the best way to do it is like when you enter an existing market. Well, I didn't really think about this before. That is really cool to think about. So this is nice. This is like, but I cannot use Python. Python is pretty much useless. I kid you not. Because I want it to run locally. Not like this. You gotta beat the other competitors. That's funny. That is really funny. Huh. Didn't think about that before. So, what are the markets, right? That would be the questions. That will be the question. And the market will be, for instance, 6:54. I've got 22 o'clock. Is it actually the market? It's like AI right now. Is it the actual big market? Something to develop on. If you can prove that you are better than the others, then they will buy your stuff. Robotics. It's not market yet, but it's really fun to see. That's a cool design. It's cool stuff there. But it's not the market. But the market is, for example, delivery. Delivery, if you can actually send faster, you can send cheaper, that would be ideal. You can have like robots to actually do that. Then that's like, something. You need the market. You can have, for example, it's more delicious. That's a possibility. Food delivery, yeah. Interesting concept. Or you can have like food 24/7. Kind of food all the time. More delicious. It has to be more delicious than anything else. And it's consistent too. That's a market. Faster, you know. Has to be integrated in the car, for example. That's robot. It's funny because I thought before not entering an existing it's good not to enter existing market because you don't have competition. But now that I think about it, I think my style is actually to enter the existing market. The only way to survive. Not entering existing market will just make your life more difficult. That's a fact. Yeah. It's funny. I think if we look here, that means I can say 24/7 foot corner. We can make food, we can cut hairs. Beautiful. And then for this one, for example, the existing market, the one that people actually buy, and they want to compete there. The search is definitely not something that people buy, right? Operating system is something that people just use. Online search, maybe. Is it oh, Asimov? Oh, someone watched my stream. Sorry, I didn't actually see the chat. It's kind of brainstorm right now. Let's see. Let's see. Who's Asimov? Murad-chan. Oh, this is new. It's pretty cool. Interesting. Well, you're not here, but thanks for joining. And thanks to you also, baby, for joining. Always. I love you. This internet's a bit bad. I want to create an existing market. I want to create something that already exists. That's human. It's crazy. No, this is a new market. Let's see like the best ChatGPT store. Let's try this one. Let's see. GPT store. Not so cool. Census a PDF. few more. Let's see this one. Oh. Can I like have this actually not within? Yeah, something like this. No. Like here. No. Right. So I can actually see the chat, you know? Then that would be awesome. I don't know how to do it. If I have to displace, then that will be fine. If not, then it's not. I have to watch this, the same stuff.
How to use Grimoire, my custom-built coding ChatGPT bot. So here's how it works. Press A, and it'll show you all the different commands. So today, I'm going to show you how to build a link in bio website. It's going to take just a few minutes, but you can see here, printing out all the different custom commands that I built. So you can use these to help you write code.
To watching. Hi to people. Hello from the other side. Studio. Other side. Yeah, this is what I want.
Having to stream with one monitor can be extremely frustrating.
Does everything from help you continue the conversation easily, to help you debug it, to write your scripts for it. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but
Then click on center widget. Now this window here will display your
this is
chat,
great.
and I'm gonna show you. This is the Twitch chat, so let's type something, let's click on enter, and then you will see it appearing right here. Let's type a few more messages, and then I'm gonna show you how to change some things. So when you go to text settings, then you can change your font here if you want, and you can also change the background and only shows you the text.
Overlay.
On this right here and then make it smaller. Let's make it about the same size as the Twitch chat. Now for those that stream on Facebook, as far as I know, it's not really possible to get a pop-out window like this, but there is another way. And now, however, when you stream on YouTube or Facebook, you can't log in here because you simply add your stream key. Now, when you stream on Twitch, you can just go to View, then to Docs, and then right here you will see your chat. Then when it's part of the interface, you can just click on this icon right here, and this will pop it out, making it a separate window, which we will later display on top of our game. Now when you stream on Facebook or YouTube, you need to do it in another way. Now for those that stream on YouTube, you will obviously recognize this dashboard, and on the right you can see your chat, right? But if you click on these buttons right here and then on pop out chat, then you will get a separate window. Let's simply click right here, dashboard, and on the right you can see your chat, right? But if you click on these buttons right here and then on pop out chat, then you will get a separate window. Let's simply click on got it, and then right here we have the same chat window, but then for YouTube. By the way, if it's too zoomed in, you can just click on this right here and then make it smaller. Let's make it about the same size as Twitch chat. Now for those that stream on Facebook, as far as I know, it's not really possible to get a pop-out window like this, but there is another way, and I'm gonna get back to it. First I'm gonna explain the recent events, since that's gonna be the same thing for everyone.
Alright.
So first go to
We got it.
and then log in with your streaming platform. Right here for me it already says my dashboard. Now once you log in, you should see your streaming channel.
That wasn't too good. No, it's gone. What the hell?
Having to stream with one monitor can be extreme. Having to stream with one monitor can be extreme. Having to stream with one monitor can be extreme.
Huh. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. That's cool. Well, this is funny. Okay, cool. Alright. This is better. So I can actually look at the chat.
Example of what's available.
Ah, doesn't matter.
I'm going
It's
to
close.
here so I can look at the project example ideas, and we should see a couple of these come out.
Nah.
There we go. So here's a few examples that you can choose from. Of course, you could write your own, do whatever, use it for whatever you want. These are just some simple ones to help people get started if they've never really coded before. So I'm going to go ahead and pick 3. Okay. And alright, so yeah. And let's see, what kind of theme do we want? Let's make it hacker. And you can see here, we're already creating a cool background image for our link in bio. Alright, not my favorite thing ever, but hey, we'll go with it. Title, give it that.
Okay, so it's using sort of like a placeholder here.
Suggestion automatically. Oh, we got an error. Oh, I wrote the wrong file name. Slacker. Alright, just gonna click that. And deploy help, I guess. I'm gonna ignore this because honestly all I have to do is open that, and I just drag and drop.
That's really cool.
And open. There we go. There's my website. A little bit hard to read, but hey, worked out pretty well. Just to give you some more examples of what you can do with this, here's a few others I made earlier today. We have a spooky one. We have like a demon realm one. A little like Thanksgiving dinner one, and even made like a little tavern one. So some of the different options. Of course, you can customize this. You can definitely spend a lot more time on these, making these way fancier as well. But this is a full website. You can send it to anyone on the planet, just like that. And that took us 7 minutes, and I didn't even write a single line of code. So you can do this too. It's that easy. Welcome to prompt programming.
Alright, so we can like execute run shell. Let's say our first project will be kind of creating a, oh, what the heck, data science or some sort. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Even without, without like like search, I think the agent can already be built. If I want to make a Python file, but just like the function tooling, you gotta like check what is possible, and for that reason, I think sort of like linting or something, like a prediction of next word can be beneficial, so that is possible. So it's sort of like within Python. Okay, well, I can like this. So when we have Python, for example, as programming language, then there are some syntax that's already set. So for example, like import something and then something, right? So this can be set. So you've got import this, and then you build based on the dependency graph. So which market am I beating right now? I don't know. Is it the Fiasco? ID? This can even be like a VS Code extension. That will be fine for me. But I don't really like VS Code extension too much. I want this to be just an agent, a coder for now. People don't even buy like VS Code. People don't even buy like Git. It's all for free. But people do buy. Which software people buy the most actually? Dependency graph. Then you create like link from one to another. So we talked before with search. I think this is more like for the agent. So that means I cannot actually let agent knows firsthand about the repo. It has to be from scratch. It's sort of like a new programming language, so to say. It's like on top of Python, It's like, for example, a new programming language that is based on Python, and then it creates Aisha. It's sort of like a new programming language, so to say. I don't know, like, can it actually fit me, this project? This looks to me like an open source kind of thing. Crazy. Unless if you have, you can also use desktop for it. I don't know. Maybe hardware. Eventually it will lead to hardware. Hardware can just like run the same thing. You don't really need new hardware. It's not fun. But AI hardware is like so hot right now. Python. And then you can have like Aisha that is built on top of it. Then it can also like search and build. see. And then you can type practically anything you want, and then it will just automate for you. Okay. This looks nice. Python, the easiest programming language ever. I like the look of it, I have to be honest. I really like the look of it. This looks so beautiful. It's always a job. A job, a job, a job. I think software is doomed to be free. God damn it. You know, say like, cannot imagine like software making money too. I mean, I can imagine like Microsoft, big, Google, big, but they all make money from advertisement, you know. Microsoft is selling the software, of course. It's big, it's creating operating system. Right now it's not viable anymore. And most of the time, the one that actually pays is company. So software is something that you sell, not to individuals, but to company. Something like VLC, Spotify, subscription, you can have it, but yeah, it's not the cleanest. LastPass, MoveAd, Norton, if you have this kind of software, and normally just give it to company. So this one, there's the commercial aspect of it, like the market that we are beating. I don't want to beat the labor market. I don't want to beat like yeah, I just don't want to beat the labor market, to be honest. So labor market is something that I'm avoiding to beat because it's pointless. Once the coder is not to code, not really. Circle of life. I'm not making lazy people become superhero. Or maybe I can. I feel like we've got Python, we've got C++. Oh my god. I wonder what Bazel is for. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Maybe we can use basil. Python is nice, but I cannot do anything with Python. Like, you're just making all server based. You don't make like something that runs on client. It's not performance. You can actually, but there are a lot of dependencies. It's huge. I guess you still can. I don't know. Let's say like project like llama cpp. Is there like okay, this is pretty good stage we are right now. So basically, I think Aisha cannot just be something to aid developer. It has to build from ground up, and the market to beat is actually the IDE stuff. The IDE stuff. And I think from here we still have to build some domains, which I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out later. I'll end the stream now, and we'll do this thing later on. Thank you for watching. Bye.